Hello, everybody, and welcome today to WORC TV. That is right, folks. We are back here once again broadcasting here at the USA International Raceway. USA International Speedway, excuse me, is a 3/4 mile track located in Lakeland, Florida at an altitude of 139 feet. Weather for today's event, 84 degrees Fahrenheit, 86-degree track temperatures, 9-mile-an-hour wind speeds, mostly cloudy skies. We are here today for the World Online Racing Championship Short Track Showdown. That's right, folks, the Short Track Showdown. Asphalt sprint cars, 4 races at a mix of tracks, short and long. The longest track being Phoenix, the shortest track being the LA Coliseum. This should be an absolutely fun one to broadcast tonight. Small field, but should be a very dedicated field with some dedicated drivers. I'm joined here in the booth tonight by the one and only Josh Patterson. Um, Josh, apparently the commentators thing did not update like it should have, but Josh, how are you feeling about tonight's event here? All right, well let's get into some more track facts here about USA International Speedway. This track actually lives on through iRacing. That's right. It was laser scanned before it was demolished a couple years ago. So right now, I believe it's actually like an Amazon distribution center or something like that. So great to be here at USA tonight as these guys are in practice right now. We see there's just a couple minutes left. 8 drivers are registered for this event, so solid turnout for the first race of a series that wasn't highly recruited. As let's see if we can ride on board with somebody here in practice. There we go. We got Pierce Maffei right here on the track. So these guys are putting down some fairly quick lap times, and honestly, they look pretty close so far, Josh. What have you seen so far here through practice as we see Mulder at the top of the charts here, a WORC champion, definitely got to look out for.
Look out for him. He's been on a second place streak recently. He's looking to try to break that, but we all know he's not going to do it.
Well, yeah, so for those of you who do not know this, Jay Mulder, he's got this little hot streak right now where he's finished second in 7 of his last 9 events on the iRacing service, which is really funny to consider.
Ooh, we have another
And
registry.
yeah, we have another driver joining in here for tonight, so that's good. Should be an absolutely fun one here tonight. I really like USA. I personally would say it's one of my favorite short tracks. I don't know about you, but to drive this place is absolutely fun, and these cars are very fun too. I know you haven't had a chance to drive these, but I put down some test laps early on, and the key thing with these is throttle control, which is something that, I mean, you typically do hear that in all kinds of racing, but I feel like you especially hear it in dirt racing. So I kind of liken this to the most dirt racing-esque car on the asphalt, as like it's you can't really put the hammer down in these cars. You have to be really patient with it. And as your tires wear and the night goes on, this thing kind of loosens up and then it kind of tightens up. It's really weird how excuse me, how the tires wear on this thing. So really excited to see what these guys do here as we head into qualifying for tonight's event.
Yeah, I think going into qualifying, I mean, one thing about this car track combo, it's definitely the word I would use is unique. I think USA as a track is or one of the most unique short tracks here on the iRacing service, and the asphalt sprint car. I don't I don't own it personally, but watching other people drive it and watching this practice, it seems very unique to drive. Obviously likened to the dirt sprint cars, but asphalt version. So it just makes for a weird combo. So I'm excited to see what we see tonight. We watch Brady Cox take his first lap.
Here we see here the 76 of Brady Cox. He's actually very familiar with these short tracks here, and he does not have a WORC win, but he's had some front running races here. He's definitely ran top 5 in several races, and he's definitely known as like a short track guy. He's really big into the super late model stuff on iRacing. So interesting to see here what the 76 does here as Logan Pugh tuning into
Dies.
him. He is not having himself a good Q run here. He spins down to the inside wall, and he'll probably have to tow, get that thing fixed. We're tuning in with Lath Hicks right now in the 06.
He was fast in practice. Curious to see. I guess that was his last lap.
And
He
right
will
now we
be
have
third.
Pierce
Pierce Maffitt
Maffitt
up
on
front
pole.
right now.
Henry
Henry
Klappert.
Klappert.
We're going to go
The
on
one and
board here
only.
for this one in qualifying, folks. If you're not familiar with WORC TV, you know that we have the
The
coveted
Henry
Henry
Cam.
Cam. We're going to go on board here with Henry as he puts down his second qualifying lap here. As you see down the
First
back
one, not
straightaway.
quite what he wanted to. 0.9 off of the leader pass.
He's
The
really
lead
patient
pace.
on corner entry here, I notice.
But that could be good for the race. It could be consistency, and these things aren't usually the most consistent drive. He will not go any faster, I don't believe. So
Nah, he did
sixth
not go
place right
faster.
now for the Klappert.
And honestly, Klappert, as patient as he was entering that corner, I think he's a guy to look out for as, honestly, somebody to save tire and be there at the end. As we see
Jay
Jay
Mulder's
Mulder.
about to start his qualifying lap. I can see him deafening in the Discord, which is a trademark Mulder move. So we'll see the 51 go out on track. One of the contenders for tonight, especially for second place. As you see here, he is setting down a heater to start off.
Well, that is, yeah, that's that's Jay Mulder. I don't know, man. He's a character.
He's one heck of a Canadian in that under the hood of that race car. So, yeah, him and Ryan Martin yet to qualify. Ryan Martin goes now. Usually he's considered a contender, especially in these things. He's got some experience, which is more than most have in this field. As Jay blinks out as he takes his first lap, going through 1 and 2. He seems very consistent. Seemed fast through practice. A little loose on exit there as he goes down the backstretch on the wall. Takes the optimal line. Heavy braking down into turn 3 through the bottom on through turn 4, and the lap time at the line will put him in third place, a little over a tenth off of Pierce Maffitt. He'll take the second one around a little higher through 1 and 2 that time. Takes a bit of a shallow entry, gets on the curb or the inside apron a little bit. I don't think this one will be as fast, but we'll see as he comes across the
No,
line.
P3
And
from
no,
Mulder.
P3.
So an interesting fact that I like to bring up. Ryan Martin, congratulations to him, finally got that first career WORC victory Tuesday night during Henry Klappert's spring fling. And with that being said, there are only 2 drivers in this field who have won a WORC race, and they have a combined 2 wins. Can you guess the other driver, Josh?
Oh shoot. Well, it's not Henry. It's not Jay.
Actually, excuse
Don't
me. There are 3 drivers with wins in this series.
3.
Yes.
I'm assuming Pierce has one.
Pierce is one of them. Who is the third driver?
I would assume Brady.
Nope.
Logan?
Nick Pena.
Oh, I didn't even realize he was in the
In
set.
fact, now that I take a look at the stat sheet here, Nick Pena is the only multi-time winner in this field.
We've got a stacked field tonight, boys.
There is a high chance that we get a first-time winner tonight from Logan Pugh down to Henry Klappert on that chart. So looks like Nick Pena is not going to take a lap. So this might be your final qualifying results here as these guys are getting set for 100 laps here around Lakeland, Florida's former diamond in the swamp, I guess, because, doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, fun fact about this track, the setup file name is actually Lakeland, which is something that I recently learned.
We 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 had to come to that one. We had to come to a conclusion on that one. So qualifying is concluded, and we're getting set for our starting grid. Starting on the pole for today will be Pierce Maffitt. He put down an 18.774, and to his outside will be Logan Pugh in the 01. Inside row 2, we're going to have Jay Mulder. To his outside, we're going to have Lath Hicks. And then inside row 3, we're going to have Brady Cox. And outside, we are going to have Robert Brenneman in 6th place. Josh, would you give me just a moment here? I may have forgotten to do something. It's been a while since we broadcasted, so Josh, would you like to finish off the starting lineup here?
Talking, that's quite, not the greatest sound you want in your ears. Ryan Martin will start 7th place tonight on his outside, and the final car to put down a qualifying lap, unsurprisingly, the 34 of Henry Klappert. Then rounding off your grid for tonight, I don't believe he's on the grid, actually,
He
but
is.
Nick Pena. Okay, I do see him back there. He was blinked out. Nick Pena will round off the field.
So Pierce Maffitt gets a pole, and that is his first career pole here in WORC. Pierce was actually a
Congratulations.
guy I talked to before the season started. He was very excited to run these asphalt sprint cars, and he's one of the few guys who took the time to make a paint scheme for this thing and change the number font and all that. So we're glad to have him here. Like I said, we've got 3 guys who've won a WORC race in this field. He's one of them, starting from the pole here. We've only got 1 champion in this field, that being Jay Mulder. Of course, Ryan Martin, he's come second quite a few times. In fact, one of his second place finishes came in a race here at USA in the Street Stock Season 1 Championship. He got second place in points here. So Ryan's looking for his first ever championship here. He actually was very helpful in coordinating the schedule and all that stuff. So very excited to have these guys here, and we're very excited to have everyone tuning in here as we welcome you guys for the WORC Short Track Showdown, race number 1 of 4 here with Josh Patterson and I here in the booth.
Yes, indeed. As we come through turns 3 and 4 for the final time behind the pace truck, at least final time before the start of this race, as it pulls down to the inside, Pierce Maffitt, Logan Pugh, your first row coming to the green flag. And green flag is out. Barney the Flagman waves it vigorously, and Pierce Maffitt goes into turn 1 as your leader.
Top 3 single file out here, side by side for 4th here between Cox and Hicks. Ryan Martin, Brenneman, Klappert, and Pena rounding out the field here as leaders come through 3 and 4. Pierce Maffitt a little high, but he'll get a good exit off of 4. He'll lead lap number 1 of 100 here.
Awfully low down the front stretch for that 41 car. And actually, it looks like Pugh is catching him. Looks like he's diamonding that corner very abruptly.
Ooh.
Ryan Martin
saves
it.
Good save by him there. As Hicks and Cox were battling there for a little bit. Looks like Hicks has finally given it up on the outside. He's actually all over the rear end of the 76 of Brady Cox right there. As
Logan Pugh gets
Logan
loose,
Pugh.
I think. Or Jay turned him. We don't know about that. But,
no, he got loose.
Jay Mulder in a familiar position, second place.
Yeah, Jay Mulder, like we mentioned, he's got that second place streak. And early on, Pierce Maffitt pulls out to about a half a straightaway lead here in that 41 machine. As
he's looking to create a bigger gap there. Not sure how Jay's speed is compared to him. Oh, Ryan Martin loose. I'm not sure if he tagged the inside wall there.
No, he's all good. He saved it there. He's going to get passed by Robert Brenneman. And the 9 car is struggling early here as he's got Henry Klappert.
Watch that mirror.
And Nick Pena's already out of the race, so that's great to see. As Jay Mulder, he's actually catching Pierce Maffitt. It looks like he's figuring this car out here. And we'll see if Jay is here for the long run, as looks like everyone else is kind of settled in for the moment here. A little bit tight racing back here between Brenneman, Martin, and Klappert, as Klappert actually tags the outside wall right there, and Martin is going to get a wider entry to that corner. But back up front, Pierce Maffitt still leads Jay Mulder as they enter turn 3.
Maffitt trying to gap that lead. As I've been watching him, I mentioned earlier, he's taking, for the most part, a very odd line. It seems like he's diamonding the corner a lot more and, just being down on the straightaway, which is weird. Although
Jay Mulder got loose,
way down on the straightaway, but obviously it's working out for him as he is, gapping the field a little bit. Pugh is not quite letting off of Mulder's rear end yet. There's definitely a closer gap between the 51 and the 01 compared to the 41 to the 51. As Jay doesn't seem very consistent. He gets a bit loose, but he's holding it right now, so fair play.
And back here, looks like Robert Brenneman may have gotten loose. He got passed by Henry. Henry gets sideways there. Henry's in the wall! Henry's up and over.
And that's gonna be a caution flag.
Not the caution. I don't know.
Henry's great.
Alright, Henry somehow doesn't bring out the caution. I can hear him very angrily in that car right now. He's got a little bit of damage in that thing. We'll see if he keeps it on track or not. Back here, we got a battle, Logan Pugh and Lath Hicks. Not sure what happened to Pugh. He got passed by Brady Cox. Now he's about to be cleared by Lath Hicks right there. As Hicks actually runs it really wide into 1. He's actually going to get a good exit off, though. He'll clear Pugh.
Pugh seems like he has an issue. He's dropping back fast. I would have expected him to be able to get right back on Lath's back bumper. But I mean, maybe he is now, but I guess he had a problem there, so I'm not too sure what happened. But either way, he's back on pace now.
Yeah, as Pew does close back in on Latex, we'll check in with your leader real quick, as he's actually not that far ahead of these guys from first through sixth here. As Pew's actually going to send it in on Lath Hicks. Down on that yellow line there, Hicks looks like he's going to run the top side here, try to get a better run off exit, side by side here, and Pew will easily clear in there. As Ryan Martin just a little further behind. Robert Brenneman tagging along back there in seventh. Henry is still on track, struggling, but still on track.
He's on the lead lap, too, surprisingly. Here comes Jay Mulder to the back bumper of Pierce Maffin. He's closing the gap quite substantially. I'm not sure if Henry's going to play a big factor into this lead battle. But yeah, that gap is definitely closer than the last time we looked at it.
Yeah, Mulder is reeling in Pierce Maffin here for sure. A really good corner and a really good exit for the 51. And we'll see how they tackle the lap cars. Henry is sliding down the racetrack.
Oh, he saves it!
And that caused some confusion there. Pierce Maffitt's down on the straightaway. Now Jay Mulder trying to follow him. This looks like Indianapolis for a moment.
This is some... the lines in this car are... definitely interesting. I've never seen anything quite like it, as Henry's going to go back through this.
And Brady Cox is actually gaining a lot here. He will get by Henry much better than Pierce and Jay were able to, as Jay lost some time there. And Lath Hicks gets loose back here, as Ryan Martin begins to run him down.
Yeah. I do want to throw out a fun little thing here. I know you mentioned Pierce was one of the few to make a design. That's actually an iRacing base scheme. But, yeah, because I see for the Florida logos,
oh, no, I do too.
Normally put those on. So, yeah. But either way, it's good to just see something other than, the base colors. Whoa!
Oh, Pierce I may have tagged the wall.
Here comes Jay!
Jay went to the top side there. Not really sure what Jay's doing. He's actually going to get a really good exit here. Lap 18, can Mulder make the move for the lead? He's going to enter a lot lower than Pierce. Pierce pushes it up the racetrack here. The 41 struggling. Jay is right there to take the lead, maybe. As don't look too far. Yeah. Here comes the 76 as well, as this battle starts to heat up.
Yeah, the more these two try to battle and screw each other up, which is frankly what they've been doing this whole time, Brady's continuing to close the gap, so I'm curious to see if they can make this a three-car battle. Jay looks low again. It's not going to be enough. Seems like he's throwing a lot of phony moves out here, but we'll see how that continues to unravel.
Absolutely. I mean, this is really heated right now. Mulder looks like he's running a better line than Maffitt, as Maffitt is playing some really good defense right now, but Mulder is certainly right there on the 41, as once again he gets a better exit, and yellow flag is out. It is not for the car I thought it would be.
It's for Lath Hicks.
Yeah, Lath Hicks goes around here, and we're going to pull up the WORC replay, and we'll take a look here and see what may have happened to the driver of the 06 here, as... looks like Hicks just gets loose and barely avoids the wall. Unfortunately, he goes around though.
I can't believe that brought out a caution, but Henry flipping didn't.
Yeah, I'm not sure what exactly led to that, but I applaud it. So it looks like we've had a couple guys actually pit. That being Jay Mulder and Pierce Maffitt. Ryan Martin's also come down pit road. I believe Henry Klappert is the lucky dog.
He'll be back on the lead lap.
Not for long, but he will be on the lead lap at the moment. So Brady Cox takes the lead. Logan Pugh moves to P2. Robert Brenneman up to P3. Robert making his first ever WORC start here tonight in that 975.
Glad he could join us tonight. It's always good to see new faces out here. Didn't expect many for this series, but hey, that's what's 1/8? What percent is that? It's like 13.
That's 12%. Come on,
12.5%. I had to figure it out there, but 12% of the field's new faces. So love to see that, and obviously the returning faces as well. Obviously, good thing to see going into a new season.
All right, we're gonna have a special guest come in real quick here while we are under yellow. We're gonna have Paul Granata come and join us here in the booth. Paul, welcome to the booth, buddy. How are you enjoying this race from a spectator's point of view?
Oh my goodness, what a race it's been, especially on that Henry machine. I can tell you right now, from a quote he just said momentarily ago, he spun into pit road, and he said, "Jay, you caused me to."
All right, well, um, not a good race here for the 34. We're glad you could provide us some in-race feedback here.
He's made it farther than the 52.
Yeah, he has. The 52 did wreck out, so Henry having a little bit of a better championship run to start this thing off than 52 of Nick Pena is. Paul, who's your pick to win here at this race? We've seen Pierce Maffitt really quick, but we saw him start to fall off, and we saw Jay Mulder right there for the lead. We see Brady Cox is really quick, and he's taking the lead here under this caution, the first one of the night. Who's your pick to win here tonight?
Listening to those guys in there, I got to pick Brady here. He was definitely fast in the long run. If this thing goes green like I think it's going to go, I think Brady would be the one to watch.
All right, Paul. Well, thank you for joining us here under caution, and we hope you continue to enjoy the race here as a spectator. And like I said, thank you for joining us, man.
Thank you.
All right, that was Paul Granata. He's been a WORC TV broadcaster before. Josh is familiar with that. As pace truck lights go out, we are 1/4 of the way through this thing. We have 8 cars left in this thing. Somehow Henry is still left in this thing. They'll double it up, and Brady Cox will get to lead us to the green.
Yeah, out of the 9 cars that started, if you would have told me at the start of the race that there would be 8 left at 25 to go, I wouldn't have expected Henry to be the one of those 8. But either way, good to see him still out on track as Brady Cox, Logan Pugh, still in second. Somehow managed to start second both starts here.
And
Brady Cox goes early, and we're green.
Wow, what a restart for Brady Cox as they kind of shuffle up behind him. I don't think anybody was expecting that. Brenneman and Hicks side by side here. Brenneman catches the apron. Ryan Martin will go to the outside of him, and looks like Brenneman might fall back a little bit here. He's dropping.
Oh, Logan Pugh for the lead.
Yeah, Logan Pugh didn't quite expect that one. Lath Hicks is right there as well. Side by side here for the lead. Wheel to wheel here as they cross the line. Oh, Lath Hicks comes down on Ryan Martin. The contact.
That's going to be a call.
Martin's around. Lath Hicks is around, and...
Darn.
Wow.
Yeah. Looks like Lath just got a little loose there, I think.
Yeah. We'll see. Lath kind of comes down on Ryan. And we will... I don't know. We're gonna take one more look at that one here. This is on the restart. Yeah, a little bit of netcode there. The way Ryan Martin's car bounced.
Anyway, we could ride on board with Pierce.
Yeah, that's. I was working on that. If the camera.
You got a pretty good view of it.
Yeah. All right, yeah, we're gonna ride on board here with Pierce Maffitt here, coming out of turn 4. And looks like Hicks just kind of came down a little bit of slight netcode contact, and
the back end of the 9 machine just bounced into the air, did a little bunny hop.
Yeah, I'm not weird. I don't really know what that was. That was definitely an interesting contact model for sure. I don't think any of those guys have heavy damage, but Brady Cox is leading this thing here. Somehow, I thought Logan Pugh had him for that lead, but I know.
Yeah, Brady Cox, Logan Pugh still 1-2, obviously, but that definitely gives some help to the 41 and 51, as both Maffitt and Mulder are able to move up a row. Hopefully, Ryan Martin can continue racing here as well as
these guys are on pit road. Ryan Martin's
there goes Henry.
Ryan's not leaving pit road. He's gonna go a lap down here.
Rough break for the 9 car then. Tough. I would have liked to see how he would have done there, battling with those top guys. Because obviously he started farther back, but going in, I expected to see him closer to the front. So maybe he can come out, be 1 or 2 laps down, and then end up getting those back. But who knows?
Unfortunately, we don't really have a report on if Martin has a black flag for a meatball. It doesn't appear that he does. There's nothing stating he has a black flag, so I believe he's just on pit road trying to take all the damage that he can. As we see the pace car come around, he might go 2 laps down. He will. So not sure the status there on Ryan Martin.
Unfortunate either way. Yeah, he might have a lot of damage after that one. Maybe an axle knocked out of place or some. So maybe got like 8-9 minutes, and at that point you might just want to take it to the back. Bless you. Take it to the back and just work on it for a little bit. Maybe try to get it back out and run some laps later. Either way, down to 7 cars now out on the racetrack as the pace car coming around and gonna pull in again.
Yeah, Brady Cox, we'll see. He fires off really early, and this time Logan Pugh gets much better jump as they will be bumper to
Oh,
bumper, and Logan Pugh went to dive it in there and had to back up his corner a lot. Mulder on the outside here. Not sure how to run. He'll get Pugh going to the front here as he tries to take a shallow entry on Cox. Cox will clear him down and get a better corner there, and he'll lead the first lap off of the restart here.
Pugh, I'm not sure. I think he's almost more focused on trying to hold off Maffett now than catch Cox, but there goes Cox loose.
Yes, Pugh
Either
got
way,
loose there too.
These cars have a weird tendency. If they get loose, you can almost like gain back the speed and not lose much time, even though you're sideways off the corner. As there goes Pierce Maffett, but it seems like he's preferred that low line in the straightaways, so I don't think he'll lose too much time from it.
Yeah, as Maffett gets a little bit of that apron there, and Pugh, he takes such a shallow entry into the corner. Well, that time he doesn't, but previous times he has, and Mulder's trying to work the outside to get by Pierce Maffett as that 51 looks quick, but for now these top 4, I mean, you could really say that there's 4 guys left in a blanket here.
Yeah, 4 of them. Where's 5th? What's the gap between Mulder and...
Pretty far, 2 seconds between Brenneman and Mulder as...
Oh, where's
Lath Hicks has pulled into pit road.
Lath Hicks.
Martin is still there as well, so a couple guys having some issues.
Cars,
but side by side, Pugh and Cox, and they almost touch. They may have. Pugh is sliding, locks it up, and that will be a yellow.
Off the wall. Yeah.
Thankfully, he had
no
that
damage from that one car. But...
Thankfully, he had that opening right there, as
Oh, Lath Hicks is back out on track. Good. Back to 7.
Watch that again. Just a little bit of contact there, and good job to lock it up. He got lucky with that that opening there, I think.
I don't think there was actually any contact. I think he maybe was getting back on the throttle or something, because he probably lifted to keep it off of the 76. Got back on the throttle and it just lost it.
Oh yeah, you can hear it a little bit. He definitely gets back on that throttle, and you can definitely see right there on that camera no contact. So Pugh just unfortunately spins it around, and I'll bring out the 3rd caution of tonight's event.
Yeah, in my eyes, in that incident there, it's probably better off for him to, end up getting back on the throttle and losing it, and just spinning himself than getting into Brady and probably end up getting either Pierce or Mulder involved. So obviously, it's an innocent single car spin there. We'll just go under yellow for a couple laps and continue in a minute.
As we saw there, Lath Hicks gets the lucky dog. Mid-race update there, 63 laps to go. We've had 3 cautions, 10 laps spent under caution. We've surprisingly only had 1 lead change, and that was that change under pit road. As Pugh has not completed the pass yet on Cox. He definitely has showed some promise to be able to run up front in this thing, but unfortunately with that spin, he's going to have to work through the field a little bit here as he'll have to go to the tail end.
Can they make it on fuel?
I believe they can.
With the massive fuel tanks in those things, I'd hope they'd be able to.
Yeah, but... I believe there's like 30 gallons or something in these things. They have way bigger fuel tanks than your average NASCAR vehicle.
Yeah, those big tailpipes, they're just massive fuel containers. So whatever's in there,
It looks like we have 6 cars on the lead lap as Lath Hicks is still 1 lap down. Ryan Martin still getting serviced on pit road. You can see that thing looks a little drop down on the left front. So unfortunate start for Martin's championship run here in these things. But still got a handful of races left, so we'll see what happens. But 7 cars still on track, and Lath Hicks, he's hoping for 1 more yellow so he can get back on the lead lap there in that gray and orange 06. As
he said, there was 6 cars left on the lead lap, and it took me a minute to remember that Henry was actually on the lead lap. So I got that in my brain now. So yeah, Lath is the only one who is lap down, besides those who are not on track anymore.
I'm hearing reports that Ryan Martin has about 5 minutes left of his damage, so he had a pretty big meatball there. Hopefully
Rough
he'll get
deal.
back out on track and get some laps in. And
Unfortunate end to any chance that 9 car has of finishing up front or winning tonight. But you know, if hopefully he'll get back out on track, run some more laps, and we go 1 to green this time by.
yeah, so Brady Cox, he's fired off really early on these restarts here, and we'll see if Pierce Maffitt or Jay Mulder can time him better. As Logan Pugh, he didn't time the first restart very well, but he was able to time the second one pretty good. Fortunately,
You know,
there though.
even though he didn't time the first one right, he ended up making a pass, or like an attempt at a pass, like 2 corners later. So not sure how much that matters almost. Or, you know, we'll see if how Maffitt and Mulder can do now that they're right on the back bumper of Cox. As he goes early as per usual.
Yeah, and Pierce Maffitt was sleeping there. He'll be side by side with Mulder, and Henry Klappert's up to P4.
Whoa, that's not familiar.
As we're gonna see here, Logan Pugh diving to the inside. Logan Pugh gets.
Oh
Oh my god!
I saw Brady get loose. I saw him get loose out of the corner of my eye, and oh my gosh, Henry turned into it.
Okay, we're gonna watch this whole restart here. We're actually gonna get on board with Henry here.
Oh my goodness.
And Brady got loose around.
Oh my goodness. Holy cow.
Yeah, that
I have no words.
that is that's the reason we have that Henry cam.
And that is the reason why Henry has glasses.
Yeah. We're gonna go back and watch from a third-person point of view again here, as
I believe Brady just lost it on his own.
that's what it
probably on
looked
the
like.
throttle.
He fired off really well, and
It's
oh, he
crazy.
tagged the
Oh.
wall right there.
Yeah, and then he lost a ton of time. Mulder got all the way to his back bumper.
Had just a little too much
Went around.
gas, and then looped it around, and man, Klappert ramps the 76.
Surprisingly, it doesn't look like Cox has that much damage.
I don't think
even though he
Klappert
got
does either.
full on, like,
Yeah, look at the front end of
well,
Klappert. It honestly looks the same as it has for most of this thing. So,
no. I would say maybe damage is turned off, but then you got the 9 car sitting on pit road for probably 10 minutes at this point. So
well, Klappert and Cox are both on pit road, and
Klappert is done for the night. No big surprise there. He will take it to the garage.
so yeah, that's good for Ryan Martin. Apparently, Henry Klappert turned down the racetrack because he thought the 76 was spinning up the racetrack. It's the report we're
it's a
hearing.
fair point, but I mean,
I don't think.
no.
All right, well, Jay Mulder, out of all that chaos, has assumed the lead here. Logan Pugh up to second. Lathix to third. Not sure what happened to Maffitt. He's fallen himself back to fourth. Brenneman running out the top 5 as Cox has some damage here. And Ryan Martin has rejoined the field, so he's going to get a position here on Klappert.
Yeah, if it looks like as they're running right now, if things stay the way they are, it's very likely for a Logan Pugh victory. Jay Mulder up front, but as we've seen prior, he's likely to finish second here. So we'll see. We'll see if he manages to hold on to this one or does what he usually does. Follows the trend, as they say. But we'll look at the positives for now. The 51 is your leader behind the pace truck. I believe they are 2 to green. We'll see if the lights go out this time when they cross the line. Second place, Logan Pugh. Third place, Pierce Maffitt. Fourth place, Robert Brenneman. Fifth place, Lath Hicks. And rounding out your cars that are on the track is Ryan Martin in the 9 car.
And Brady Cox, he's unfortunately also had to pull into the garage after that incident with Klappert. So Ryan Martin really going to benefit here from taking that damage, because as long as he runs another 16 laps around here, he's going to get up into the P6. So that's the kind of thing when you're championship racing and it's such a short schedule as this series is, you definitely want to try to get as many positions. Yeah, every position counts, every point counts. And
Yes,
I'm pretty
let's
sure that the 9 drivers who are here are going to be the same 9 here who are here every week, plus or minus a couple guys. So Jay
What
Mulder
in the
pulls to the
heck?
top to fire off on
All
the
right.
restart. Not sure what
Green, green,
Mulder.
green.
Oh, Logan Pugh.
Caution, yellow flag.
Okay, Logan P's around, and that will.
I believe that's the
Jeez.
second caution he's had.
You know, there's time and time again where I'm looking and I'm like, wow, there's only 6, 7 cars in this race. There's no way they're gonna get another caution, and they proceed to wreck. So, I'm just wondering when they're actually gonna be able to get in some green flag laps here. As Pugh gets on the gas and goes around. Not much else to say about that one.
Yeah, there's nothing to really look at on that one. It's just Logan Pugh self-spinning. Unfortunately, that happens in racing, and yeah, Jay Mulder. I'm not sure why he's fourth.
What'd he do?
I don't know.
He spin? You wanna
It doesn't. I'm checking the session events.
take a
It doesn't
rewind?
say. Yeah,
Maybe?
we're rewinding here. We're gonna zoom forward.
It's live.
Yeah, I don't.
He didn't pit, did he?
I don't know. So there's Lath Hicks or Logan Pugh going around.
No. No. What is he doing? Hold on. What? Just
We're
play
gonna
it.
go in
Just play it.
cockpit
Just
mode
play it.
here.
Oh my goodness. The caution was out. The caution was out. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh my goodness. All right, that's Jay Mulder, representing Canada proudly. 2 Canadians in the field today, Jay Mulder and Brady Cox, but Cox is no longer in tonight's field. Yeah, Pierce Maffitt will be your leader, followed by Robert Brenneman, the highest he's been all night, P2. Is Lath on the lead lap now? Lath should be on the lead lap now, right?
Yeah, Lath is on the lead lap. He's actually P3 right now.
Jay will be 4th, and then, as we said earlier, Logan Pugh in 5th, and Ryan Martin 6th.
So, another mid-race update here. We are at the halfway point here. It was our 5th yellow. We've had 20 laps ran under yellow, and we've had 3 lead changes in this thing. Hopefully these guys can get it together and go green.
Yeah, I mean, you see the 20 caution laps out of 50 laps, and first thought would be, wow, it was a really dirty race. It hasn't been. It seems like it's more of just a skill issue for most of these guys. I mean, these asphalt sprint cars seem like they're quite hard to drive. So tonight we've seen more single car spins and just people getting loose on their own. So that's where most of the cautions have been. Unfortunately, we've still lost 3 cars from tonight's event, but one of those was before the green flag. I don't think Nick ran.
No, he made it a lap.
Yeah, I don't think he ran many laps. So, 2 cars out on damage, and 6 still in this thing. So, it's just rough. I'm sure these guys will get used to it as we go farther into the season, but I'm personally enjoying watching watching this.
The racing when they've been racing has been fairly good. So
It's been interesting. I mean, you'll see somebody running the grass and then somebody running the outside wall, and it's just
so
whoever gets down to the apex first. So
single file restart here since we didn't make it a lap. Mulder and P were both charged with the yellow there, it looks like. So they'll have to try to pass the lap car of Ryan Martin. Pace truck pulls off. Maffitt leads him to the green, followed by Brenneman, Hicks, and then Martin.
Green flag, green flag.
As Pierce fires off really good there, and Brenneman and Hicks will have to duel it out for second. Logan Pugh did not fire off very well there. Looks like he's taking a little bit of a different approach, trying to be more patient on the gas pedal after being the cause of the past couple cautions.
yeah, I'm sure. Whew. Excuse me. I'm sure he'll get it figured out. Brenneman holding off Hicks right now. Them battling.
Ryan Martin.
We're going to do Ryan Martin into the wall. He'll hold on to it. Maybe getting Mulder's way a little bit. But, yeah, if those second and third place 2 aerial font guys, if they battle it out, that should give Maffitt a little bit of time to break away here. As yeah, Lath Hicks moves to the inside of Brenneman.
Yeah, good pass by Hicks. Brenneman will drop back into P3. Somehow Ryan Martin is still ahead of Jay Mulder, and Logan Pugh is down on the apron. Not sure
Yeah,
if he
just
got
came out of pit
loose or...
road.
Yeah, he is a lap down, so maybe he... Oh yeah, that's right. Logan Pugh had a 2 out of 3, so he had a drive-through. Lath Hicks is all over the back bumper here. Pierce Maffitt, he's been kind of through the field a little bit here. As,
In 2 laps here, Ryan Martin will move up into 6th, but Lath Hicks surprisingly fast all over the back bumper of Maffitt. See if he can make a move here as he looks to the high side.
Good exit there by the 06 as they're battling back here for 3rd as well. Mulder looking to the inside of Brenneman. Looked like Brenneman threw a slight little block, and now he'll back off there. As Hicks looks like he's running a better line than Maffitt, but Maffitt's still holding this lead here as they go through 3 and 4.
Yeah, it's looking like Hicks wants to get up and try to make a move on Maffitt, but he just doesn't have the pace right now. And Maffitt, as I've been mentioning, is running a little bit of an awkward line, so I feel like that makes it very hard to pass him. He's running very low.
Mulder got loose here off exit.
Mulder holds on, yeah. He'll try and... He's kind of in a land of his own right now in 3rd. He's got Ryan Martin right behind him, but Martin obviously not battling for position. Lath Hicks sideways going into the corner, but he holds on to it. Still trying to close that gap on Pierce Maffitt.
He's there for sure. He hasn't quite gotten to the point where he can make a move for the lead here. As we see Maffitt mess up big time, and that'll help Hicks get right on the back wheels of Pierce Maffitt there. As we see Maffitt take a defensive shallow line into the corner, and Hicks forces himself wide. Unfortunately, he'll lose a little bit of ground. Mulder gaining quickly on both of these guys here, as this could become a 3-car battle here in a moment.
Yeah, Pierce Maffitt really running low on entry. It's just obviously making it really hard for Hicks to make any sort of
Hicks
move.
tags the wall a little bit there.
Yeah, it seems like Maffitt's also getting better exits than Hicks is. So, you know, by the time they get down into the entry of the corner, Lath isn't really close enough to make a move. But we'll see if Jay starts to force that upon the Lath. It's sort of a pass or B-pass kind of mindset here. As Lath moves to the bottom. Not sure if he's trying to block or if he's just gotten loose.
Honestly, I don't know, but Mulder now side by side with Hicks as they go down the back straightaway here into 3 and 4. Looks like Mulder will make the pass on Hicks, and that 51 is moved up into P2 here. Oh, he gets a little loose down the front straightaway. And Mulder really backs up the middle of his corner there. Both these guys losing some time here to Pierce Maffitt.
Yeah, they're trying to get there, but I mean, you know, working together almost. Like
Mulder way down low in comparison to where Maffitt's running here.
Yeah, Mulder on the back bumper of Maffitt. Let's see.
Mulder sends it in there.
Dive bomb move. Oh my goodness. Whoa.
Mulder wants this lead. He's never won a WORC race before. He's got a championship in the bag, but not a win to complement it. And right here, he's going to get to the inside of Maffitt.
Maffitt.
Contact!
He wrecked him!
Mulder and Maffitt are around.
His car's damaged. His car's damaged.
Wow.
What?
That was...
Mulder just came up.
That was not what I expected out of that one.
The 2 fastest cars tonight in Pierce Maffitt, Jay Mulder get together. Let's see what happened. Oh, he just came up.
Yeah, Mulder just came up on the 41. Yeah, we'll go back to that one. And,
who is gonna win this race? Who wants to win this race? Doesn't seem like anybody does. Oh my goodness.
We'll try to get a little bit of a better view here from Jay Mulder's cockpit, or from his view here, as here's an aerial cam coming down the back straightaway here, and yeah.
That's almost...
Maybe they may have met in the middle, honestly, yeah. Unfortunate for both. I definitely could say that Mulder is angry right now under the...
It almost looked like, under the hood of his race car. But it almost looked like Maffitt kind of came down to pinch him, and Jay didn't expect it, so he came up. But either way, I've got coming to 32 laps to go here.
Maffitt's out of pit road, so he's not too badly damaged. Mulder is taking tires here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if these cars are one of those things where like the tires get better as they wear or get worse. It still looks like everybody's coming
Yeah,
down
Hicks
except for
comes
Robert
down.
Brenneman. Brenneman will lead his first lap of the night. Good for him. So we're now on lap 69. Nice.
Yeah, Hicks and Pugh come down. Not sure if that's for tires as well. Mulder's coming off of pit road. I believe he got passed by. Oh no, he didn't. Okay. So Mulder's good. Not too badly damaged there. As
That car does not look like it's straight.
well,
No, I think the left rear is knocked in quite a bit.
I think it's the left front.
No, it looks like the left rear. Like that, the back end skewed out.
Maybe, yeah. Maffett, he's still out there on the racetrack.
Third, though. I think Mulder will restart third, unless he gets called for the wreck. I'm not sure.
That was kind of a meet in the middle thing. I don't think it's Mulder entirely.
Yeah.
Of course, it's up to admin discretion here as Mulder pulls into pit road again, so he may very well just be coming down and take that damage and possibly take an EOL for that.
I don't believe he has a meatball flag.
No, because they let him off of pit road.
Yeah. So I'm assuming he's just trying to get that axle straightened out a little bit, or whatever is wrong with that car. It looks like some kind of suspension damage. But either way, now it looks like depending on how competitive Mulder's car is, there's either 4 or 5 cars left realistically in this one. Don't look like Pierce has a lot of damage, which is good for competition.
It's interesting. Pugh he was really slow that last run. He's shown some competitive nature, but he wasn't really up there that last run. I'm not really sure if that was because he started behind Martin or what, but
here's the thing.
Pace cards are out, by the way. We're going green this time by.
You look at Pugh and you say like, wow, he really wasn't that fast last run, but he's in 4th place. So if he's trying to take it nice and steady, and unlike the other guys, if he's trying to I mean, we've seen him have pace. So I think he's holding back a little bit, and if he is, I mean, he's up to 4th. So if he keeps holding back, I mean, he's got a shot at this just as anybody else does who's left. As they're coming off of turn 4, Brenneman and Maffett, your front row. There goes Brenneman. You lead first lap.
Green.
Not the biggest jump we've seen on a start here in this one, as Maffett will clear Brenneman back to the front here. Brenneman got to a middle of the corner there. Lath Hicks now looking to the inside of Brenneman as they go into 3 and 4. It looks like Logan Pugh as well is going to send it in there, as Brenneman's going to drop a little bit here. Lath Hicks up into P2. Pugh up into P3, gets a little loose. Ryan Martin has to lift off the gas on that one, and Jay Mulder now making a move on Robert Brenneman as...
It doesn't look like Mulder's damage is as bad as we initially thought. It looks like he's able to keep with the field, even if he's a little skewed out there, but...
we'll see as the run goes on for sure. As Maffett leads Hicks here, Pugh into P3.
Yeah, Logan Pugh, I'm assuming, trying to make it up to the back end of the 0-1 there. Ryan Martin breathing down his throat a little bit, but Pierce Maffett starts to pull away. We saw Lath catch him earlier. I'm sure he'll be able to have a shot at doing it again.
It's just about putting together consistent laps, I think. Wow, yeah, that 9 car got a little out of shape there on the front straightaway. Keeps it straight though, and Maffett leads. Hicks is there though, and Pugh not too far behind him here, as once again we've got bumper to bumper action for the lead between the top 3. I
would officially say this is down to a 3-car battle now. Definitely 3 competitive cars left in this one, at least competitive in the nature we've seen so far this race. There goes
Hicks.
Logan Pugh under the 06 car.
Yeah, not sure what happened there with the 06.
Yeah, it seems like he just got loose and lifted off. Didn't want to. Oh my gosh,
Logan Pugh. He's going to send it in on Maffett. Maffett runs a better line in the corner, but Pugh is definitely much faster. We'll see what happens with Pugh. Maffett gets loose. Side by side. Maffett almost takes out Pugh. Lath Hicks way to the top side.
And Logan Pugh is going to have quite a big lead now all of a sudden.
What a mistake by Pierce Maffett, as he cost both himself and Lath Hicks some time there. And Logan Pugh never won a WORC race before. He's made several starts with us here. And with just above 20 laps to go, he's got himself a nice lead here, as Hicks and Maffett will be 2nd and 3rd. Ryan Martin kind of throwing himself in the mix there.
Yeah, definitely. Even though Pew has pulled away, it looks like we're probably going to have an intense battle for second place here. As long
Oh,
as
Pierce Maffitt blinks
Ryan
out.
doesn't lag out. Nope, he's
No,
back.
he's back in, yeah. Fortunately, that'll hurt Maffitt a little bit as he probably had to back off of Hicks a little bit there, and Martin was kind of there. Mulder's still
In
on
front
the
of
track,
Brenneman.
yeah. As
Fourth and fifth are quite a bit off of the lead
definitely
pack here,
tell
but
Mulder is struggling as there he goes
yes,
again,
he
he gets
is.
loose. And we might have a battle for fourth here as Brenneman enters on the high lane there, trying to be a little weary of that 51 as he is struggling here. And the battle's going to be on here for P4 as Mulder sends it into the corner, and it seems like he kind of sends it in and diamonds it, whereas Brenneman kind of does like a nicer sweeping corner. And
Picks are also close.
yeah. So Hicks and Maffitt battling it out here as Logan Pugh has pulled away in this
About
one.
2 seconds the gap right now, a little over that actually.
What a lead for that 01 car, as he just has to keep a consistent pace here, and he's going to have his first ever WORC win. Of course, Hicks and Maffitt.
Obviously, if they're battling, he's probably looking out his rearview mirror there, and well, you know, just saying, "Hell yeah, go battle." So, you know, he's looking, just watching that. I guess he's, you know, rear view driving at this point, but he's gone. So, can he even see them in his rearview mirror? Who knows?
Probably not at this moment. We'll see here when he gets on the straightaway. He can see him at the end of the straightaway, but
They're just specs at that point. You know?
he's getting a big enough lead here that it's going to come down to these two battling for second, unless we get another yellow late in this one. As Brenneman has passed Mulder for fourth and is starting to pull away here, as that 51 is just struggling here on the long run with the damage he received there battling for the lead. And unfortunate, the 51 did show some speed on the longer runs early on, but that one little mistake there really did it in for him. As Hicks and Maffitt still fairly close together here, and Ryan Martin is still kind of there too to make it interesting, as yeah, we saw Maffitt there may have tagged the wall or just simply got loose.
Yeah, these guys have gotten very loose, and that's going to be almost a yellow flag. That could change this thing. Hicks goes
Yellow
underneath Maffitt.
Yeah,
There's the yellow for Martin. Wow, this changes everything a little
Yeah, that
bit.
is huge. Pew had a huge lead there. We weren't 100% sure. Looks like he just overdrove it. Oh, Hicks got loose, and then Martin got looser. And
they've almost had a tendency. Che got loose back there.
yeah,
They almost have a tendency to, like, it's not like they're getting loose directly exiting the corner. It's like they take a second. Like, they're already definitely onto the straightaway, and then they kick loose, which is a really weird habit to have in a race car. But, you know, we've been seeing it all night. These guys are, like, getting onto the straightaway, and then whoop, goes right around.
unfortunately, it's something so simple like that that's causing these guys these cautions. Honestly, I haven't really seen too many contact cautions. I think the only one we've really had is Cox and Klappert, and the issue with Mulder right there. So
as you see, 5 cars left on track. Ryan Martin being 15 laps down, and then the others many laps down and out of this race.
yeah,
Mulder is being a ghost and not showing his lap time delta, but well, you know, I'm assuming he's on pit road, and that's why. But
yeah, so Logan Pugh, he's got 18 career starts in WORC in that 01 car, and he was a playoff driver last year in the Dynamo Designs National Series. I believe he was a round 1 exit.
yes.
However, he did put together a playoff run. He had an average start of 17th and an average finish of 9th, and he has 2 top 5s in WORC.
So definitely not
5 top
not
10s
to sleep on, but
and 4 laps led. So Logan Pugh is having himself a career night here.
He's got more than 4 laps led now. He's got you know, a decent amount tonight.
He's in the double digits for sure. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see if he can hold on and get his first ever win. Currently in first place, shown by the incredibly intuitive graphic there.
Made by Dynamo Designs.
Hey, no, I'm making
a little bit of a mid-race update, our third one of the night here. There's 11 laps to go here. We've had 7 cautions, 29 laps under cautions, so we've kind of cleaned it up here as the race has gone on. We've had 7 lead changes here in this one, as Pugh now has Hicks and Maffitt right behind him. And this is going to be, I think it's going to be an exciting finish with Hicks and Maffitt back in the picture. I think they're both going to drive it a little more aggressively, and I see 4th and 5th kind of staying the same, and obviously 6th as well as Martin comes down pit road, probably to take some service here as Pacer Lights should go out this time by.
So we've got an interesting development here in the Discord, at least. I believe there's a slight altercation going on between the 9 and the 51, as Martin has deafened, muted, and then kicked Mulder from the Discord. So we'll see what's going on there. But Mulder is on track. Martin is not. So I'm looking. Looks like the 51's got the upper hand in this one.
Pacer Lights are out. Paul Granata, who was in here for a report earlier, has told us that Jay Mulder is having a
bit of a mental breakdown, I'm assuming.
He's having a hard time with that wreck. So we're coming back to green here. Logan Pugh will send us around, and good start by him. He will clear Lath Hicks up into the lead, and 10 laps to go here as Hicks gets loose, and Mulder's going to send it into the corner here on Brenneman.
Maybe that damage repair just helped.
Yeah, side by side for second, as Pugh pulls away here, and these guys might want to settle this out quickly here, otherwise they're going to allow that 0-1 to pull away again.
And they're going to allow Mulder to maybe get up into second, because that's what he's shooting for in this one.
And Mulder's actually going to get to the inside of Hicks here.
Oh.
Tight 3-car racing here for P2. Brenneman's still a factor in this one as well for second. As Maffitt clears for second, will he have enough time to get to Pugh? Pugh's out to a 9/10 lead here. 7 laps to go here, side by side for second as Hicks went way wide into the corner.
Yeah, Maffitt and Hicks are putting up a pretty good battle
right
now.
For 4th as well.
Doing the same. Yeah, this is really deciding, you know, these podium spots right here. It looks like Pugh was pulled out.
Hicks got loose. Brenneman tags the wall. Brenneman is...
Spinning. Keep it straight, buddy.
Wow, good job by Brenneman to not bring out the yellow there.
Okay, now it's Hicks versus Maffitt.
Mulder still somehow, he's there.
If they take each other out, Mulder will be in prime position for his usual second place finish. But Pugh out into a massive lead right now. He is really doing a good job being consistent and not spinning himself, even though he had a not so good start to today's race. Let's see if Maffitt can reel him in at all. 5 laps to go, 4 more at the line.
Maffitt took the pole and he led early on, and then we saw Mulder really catching him there, and obviously we saw Brady Cox as well really quick, and then the issue with Cox and Klappert kind of took him out of this race, and then Mulder and Maffitt kind of took themselves out of this race, and it's been a mixture of drivers showing who's really fast here, but at the end of this one, it's looking to be all the 0-1 of Logan Pugh, looking for his first career win here in the World Online Racing Championship. Pair of first-time winners this week, as I mentioned Tuesday. Ryan Martin won his first ever WORC race in the Henry Klappert Spring Fling at I-55 Raceway. So Maffitt's kind of
time to number 1.
Maffitt's kind of single-filed himself out in a second, and Hicks is under fire now from Mulder for P3.
2 laps to go. I don't want to say Pugh's necessarily surprised, but I didn't expect to see him up front this late in the race, and definitely not up front by a quarter of the track like he is.
One more
lap to go.
He's just got to be patient here, as these guys are aggressive for second place on back. Mulder actually dives it in on Lath Hicks. Mulder to the inside of Hicks here.
Mulder smells to second place.
Oh, Mulder is there.
Driven by blood.
Coming around the final corner. Logan Pugh's going to get his first career win. Back here for second. Mulder's not going to have enough. He'll take P3. Maffitt will finish P2. Oh my goodness! Logan Pugh is not going to get a burnout in this one, as he just decided to come to a stop at the line for some reason. Several cars around, and well,
Logan Pugh is your winner. Wow, what a race! What a finish! What a run from the 01 machine! Congratulations to Logan Pugh on winning this one, and we'll talk to him in a minute here. But yeah, Maffitt second, Mulder third. Good podium. You know, definitely the fastest 2 still ended up on the podium, which is a surprise after their incident earlier. But yeah, good race overall. I mean, other than the caution and, you know, stuff like that. either way, fun to watch.
All right, well, we will be right back here, folks, with post-race interviews after this commercial break.
The field is rolling on the back straightaway.
Get ready. This is going to be tight. Out of turn 4, ladies and gentlemen. The All-American 400 is underway.
Gotta be careful. The bumps here can get you every time. Entering the corner, exiting the corner.
All right, everybody, welcome back here from commercial break, and we're going to start with our post-race interviews here. We're going to drag an hour race winner, Logan Pugh. Logan, you're in the WORC TV booth, buddy. Do you have a copy?
I gotcha.
Well, Logan, we certainly didn't expect to see you that fast at the end of the race there. Ultimately, the caution there at the end of this thing really set sail as you led the last 24 laps of this thing and brought home your first ever WORC win. Run me through your thoughts there, that caution with Maffitt and Mulder and the position it put you in at the end of this race.
Yeah, that was a crazy race overall. Overall in practice, it was really, really loose. The whole race was about throttle control, and I even had a couple oopsies, spun out a couple times, but I didn't hit anything. And then went a lap down, got into 2 out of 3, but made it out really good. Got a lap back and took tires with I think 25 laps to go, 30 laps to go, something around there. And it set sail when everybody wrecked, and I was able to get through and get the win.
Yeah, a good run there. Congratulations. So walk me through when you saw Lath and Maffitt start battling in your mirror. They ended up I think getting together, and you kind of pulled out to like a second lead. Were you focused on just pulling away, or what was on your mind there?
Oh, I was watching the mirror for sure. I knew I had a better car than both of them. I knew I could pull away a little bit, but I was kind of worried about the caution. Like that caution with 12 laps to go kind of set me a little bit kind of crazy in the moment there, and I was kind of worried about oh, this guy's gonna take tires, but no, we were able to scoot away there, and Lath being my awesome teammate, hold him off for me.
All right. Well, yeah, Logan, great run for you. Great run for Lath as well. They really battled it out there for P2 behind you. I know you probably didn't see much of it, but congratulations on your first career WORC win. Took you 19 starts, but got it done tonight here with 24 laps led at USA in the short track showdown. First race ever here using these asphalt sprint cars. So hope you enjoyed driving this thing. And before I let you go, do you have anybody you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody at Logan Pugh Motorsports, all of our new guys. They've been awesome. Wish we had more tonight, except for Lath, but just want to thank avsdiecast.com for coming on board for the Sprint Car Showdown series, and hoping to carry this momentum and go after that championship.
All right,
you,
man.
guys.
Well, a good start to that championship run here as you start off with a win here. 3 more races left for you to try to hold on to it. So congratulations, Logan, on your win, and we'll see you next week at Phoenix.
Thank you, guys.
All right, that was Logan Pugh who got P1. We're going to bring in P2 now, and that is Pierce Maffitt. Give me just a moment here, make sure we have him. Yep, he does. He is here in the interview booth. So we're going to bring in Pierce Maffitt here.
Hey, Pierce, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
All right, you're up here in the WORC TV booth. Congratulations on your second place run today. You seem to be definitely one of the fastest cars in tonight's field. towards the end there, do you think there was anything more you could have done to catch up to Logan, or was it just a little too far, a little too late?
No, I have no clue where he came out of. He came out of nowhere tonight. He was definitely fast, but I didn't, at least early on, I didn't think he had race winning pace. But toward the end, I just had nothing for him.
Yeah, Pierce. Still though, 44 laps led in this thing. You took the pole. What are your takeaways from this race that you think you can use for the rest of the season as you make a run for the championship?
I think I don't think I'm fast enough to get the championship, and I don't know how to drive these cars. I like them, but I'm not very good at them.
Well, you certainly proved me wrong tonight or proved yourself wrong tonight because you definitely looked like one of the faster cars, and you led a lot of laps early on, and you led a couple late, but just unfortunately couldn't lead the last one. So P2, not a bad start though to the 4-race season, as anything can happen to Logan next week, and anything can happen with you the next few weeks as well. So congratulations, Pierce, on P2. And before we let you go, do you have anybody you want to thank tonight?
No, not really. I got no one on the car tonight, so it's kind of just me. But yeah, it was a fun race. These cars are really fun to drive as much as they're a struggle sometimes, so I'm looking forward to coming back next week.
All right, man. Well, Josh, you have anything you want to add on before we let Pierce go?
I think I'm good. I just want to, thank you for your time tonight, and thanks for coming out and joining us to race here at USA.
Thank you.
All right, that was Pierce Maffick, guys. He took home P2, and now we're going to bring in a man who had some interesting drama, if you will. We're going to bring in Jay Mulder here. Jay, you're in the WORC TV booth. Do you have a copy, buddy? Well, going for the lead there with Pierce Maffei, you guys kind of met in the middle, and unfortunately kind of took you guys both out of contention for the win there, but especially you, as you seem to have some severe damage there. What are your takeaways from that incident? Do you think there was anything more you could have done on your end to try to avoid the contact?
Tough break for both of us. I mean, I thought I left him 2-3 lanes up top, and I mean, sometimes that isn't enough. These cars are tough to control. I don't blame him for coming down a bit. I don't blame myself for coming up. I just product of short track racing these cars, but no, it's a fun race and up and down night. And you know what? Like that damage after that, my wheel was upside down. I had nothing left I could do. I tried my best, but thank you guys for doing the broadcast, of course.
Yeah, still want to congratulate you on your third place tonight. You definitely looked like one of, if not the fastest cars out there. Do you think if you would have been able to get in front of Pierce there, do you think you would have been able to sort of pull away and win it? Or do you think, obviously Logan was fast at the end there. Do you think, he would have had something for you? Or where do you think your head was, if that wouldn't have happened?
It's tough to say. I mean, I hate to bring this out, but like there's a lot of yelling and stuff going on between Paul and other people in the admin call, so it's tough to deal with that and drive the car, which is tough to drive. But if I cleared him, I probably would have driven away a little bit, but we probably would have had another caution and stacked it back up. And it's tough to say what would have happened. It's tough racing altogether. And you know what? Everyone tonight really brought their A game and handled the cars pretty well for the most part. Lots of hard racing, fun racing too. And I'm really looking forward to next week after tonight.
Right, yeah, definitely, as you're saying, a hard car to drive, as we saw through the night. But it seemed like you handled it pretty well. Is there anyone you want to thank before we get you out of here for tonight?
Yeah, first off, I want to thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. Typically we got other people in here and you guys get to race, but tonight you guys had to step up. So thank you for doing that, of course. And thank you, Braison, all the guys that put on the lead, as well as all my sponsors, all the people that support me, and my parents and friends and family as well.
Well, we thank you for your time tonight, and hope to see you out here up in the booth next week.
Thank you, guys.
All right, well, heading into next week at Phoenix, it should be a very, very interesting race, as that's a pretty big track for these cars, and as fast as these things were going tonight, I'm interested to see what they do at Phoenix, especially how they handle that dog leg. Josh, do you have any final takeaways from tonight here in Lakeland, Florida, before we end this thing off?
I don't think tonight was necessarily the best show by the drivers out there, but that means we can only get better going forward. And I think this gave a lot of guys a taste for what this car really feels like and how to drive it. So I think they'll be better, going into the future, going into Phoenix. But yeah, I am really curious to see how how these cars will affect or will deal with the dog legs. They're not really the most stable, so curious seeing on that on that transition if they do a little bouncing. But besides that, I think tonight was really nice, a lot of fun to watch, some good battling up and down the field. I'm definitely excited to see these things next week.
Well, for sure. Well, we thank everyone for tuning in tonight to WORC TV for the WORC Short Track Showdown. The first of 4 races here in the series, and should be 4 great races as we've got one in the books. Like Josh said, we had a couple skill issues here tonight, but of course a lot of these guys driving this car for the first time here, especially in a league setting. So hopefully the racing only gets better, and we thank everyone for tuning in tonight to WORC TV. And from Josh Patterson and myself, Braison Collins, up here in the booth, we thank everyone who showed up to race tonight and who showed up to watch. And I thank Josh for hopping in the booth with me tonight. And on that note, I think I'm going to say WORC TV signing off.